Okay, back at the Space Centre. So historically the next launch would be for Explorer 1. Historically. Got no more upgrade funds there. It's got 37 days, 16 hours, 56 minutes and so many seconds. So I'm going to go into the R&D building. So we have stability only probes. It's got TT16 radial adapter. So I don't really like using these sort of. Don't get me wrong, I mean they don't look very nice. There's Tyros 1 satellite there. Delta Avionics package. That's Delta Rockets Avionics package. Start decoupler for the. That's generic one. I thought it was a set piece. Phaser solar panel. So I'm going to buy. Seeing as I've just completed quite a number of contracts before I should have. Well, not. I've completed one before I should have done. So as a punishment. Well, not a punishment, a sort of penalty, I suppose. I'm going to buy all the rest of these points. That's 50,400. That's 12,000. That's 159,000. It's nothing, is it? I mean, look how much money I've got. But some of these patches obviously you can't use. So because they're either not RO or not RP. So what do I need? I need survivability, don't I? I need heat shields. That's going to take 20 points though. Gives me life support tanks though. That's your. That's doing that LB payload fairing. So why don't I get that earlier on? So that's got a parachute on it. That's nice. Nice of you to give me that early on. Alright. I've got nothing I can really. No, there's 20 there. There's only 10 there, but mature supersonic flight. This goes to high speed flight. Space plane engine. That is basically a fire spitter part, so they're all the propeller engines that you see. Middle engine pod. That looks nice. I think 2 engines engine attach points. Whereas that's just 1. Ah, that's nice. That's handy. So you can actually build your own sort of twin SRB or liquid boosters and fit them together and then put them on the side. I like that. That's nice. Never seen those before. Mark 1 cargo bay. Crew carrier. 1 person. How much of a crew carrier is it? Alright. So I've got the airline landing gear and all that sort of stuff, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually use because I don't think the runway is actually serviceable. Alright. So I need 20 points from the heat shields. I think that's what I need to concentrate on is being able to recover stuff, because I'm going to have to start doing before long suborbital and orbital manned flights. So I think I better save my 13.9 points and wait till I got 20 and unlock that. But I've got everything I need right now. So I just hope people don't mind that I do actually sort of tend to sort of waffle on, because I do need to sort of put things right in my head, at least early on. Because this is all pretty much a learning curve, because arrows actually changed. So an RP0, I've never actually played through RP0 before. It's always sort of sandbox, because that's basically the original arrow way of doing things. Alright, so let's head back into the VAB.
Oh,
Explore 1. Then I'll start doing. Obviously, I'm not going to get sort of historical contracts for doing a network of satellites, because it's just you don't get those. I don't think you do anyway. I've not actually played through historical progression. I've only played through historical contracts pack, which isn't historical progression. So I don't know if you do actually get something like this. Crikey, you joke. Good grief. Yeah, of course, it's all 10 times scale, isn't it? So it's 2,638.955 kilometres. That's one heck of an altitude. Whether we do one at a time or all 4 of them at once, I think it's easier to do them one at a time. But we equip them all with RCS. Yeah, Gene agrees. First solar powered satellite, which I won't be doing until we get to Vanguard. So I'll do them one at a time. What have you done, Jane? You've turned the music off again, haven't you? No, I don't know. Okay, so Explore 1 was the first satellite of the United States, and it's the third overall satellite. So, launched as part of its participation in the International Geophysical Year. The mission followed the first 2 satellites the previous year, the Soviet Union Sputnik 1 and 2, beginning the Cold War space race between the two nations. I don't think it was a space race, not like that. It wasn't as aggressive as the sort of the Cold War itself. They were actually still cooperating on certain things, even at this point. It's a bit weird. But nothing's ever as sort of black and white as people think. So significance, Explorer 1 was the first satellite launched by the Americans. It contained more science instruments than the previous Sputnik launches. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, Sputnik 1 was just a ball with some antennas on it and a pulse radio. And the only sort of science equipment that's on board Sputnik 2, I believe, was radiation counter and a handful of other things. There wasn't much in the way of sort of significant experiments on board. The basic experiment was the dog liker, make sure you get something alive and try and keep her alive, but obviously they didn't understand how scrubbers worked, you see. I believe that was the reason why she actually suffocated. She actually suffocated because she ran out of breathable air, but not in the way that you think. It's because of the carbon dioxide in the actual atmosphere within the capsule suffocated her because of lack of scrubbers. You need to remove that. You need to actively remove it from a zero-G environment, unlike on Earth where it will fall into layers. So that's what I read anyway. Alright, so I'll accept that. It keeps flicking those contracts about. So it expires in 23 hours 7 minutes, but the historical launch date is January the 31st, 1958. There's no mention of any limit on this contract. Well, that's okay. So 254,840, completion is 509,680, and 6 science and 10 reputation. And if I don't complete it, I only lose a deposit, the actual advance. So that's okay. So I'll accept that. Flying rockets, medium, Passer Line crewed. Impactor, no. Right, so we'll bet Well, yeah, that's fine. 170 kilometres, even if it goes shallow, which it shouldn't do. Okay, so accept that one. So we've got 90 days. Yeah. And explore 1. Phew, let's head back out. So that Sputnik 2 had 13,800. So in just a few hours, that should have come right down. If background processing is actually working. I believe it is working. It looks like it was. It's only like, it come down to 200 plus and it's at 17 hours. So, but the big test is whether the solar panels actually registered with background processing, as in will it recharge the batteries. It should do. Okay, let's head into the VA. Okay, so I've got a few more extra parts now. Quite a few. So this is Explorer 1. Tiny. And it weighs 8 kilos. But according to it, it's only got... It's supposed to have a load of sort of experimental instrumentation on it, but it actually hasn't. It's only got telemetry. At least that's what it says. What's it say in the description? Because we told before it didn't actually list all the scientific equipment on board it. There we go. So it's got log temperature, log radiation, log impact data as well. So that's the micrometeorites. So yeah, so you can see on the middle mouse button menu, it doesn't list anything but telemetry. Again. But there's quite a few other packs. So there's science, there's log, so temperature, radiation, and micrometeorite impact data, as well as the telemetry. How much does it use? How much has it got? It's got 7,050. It uses 0.6. That's not bad. That's quite efficient. Let's explore 6. Bit different, isn't it? I actually forgot what I believe it's a Juno 2. Is it a Juno rocket? I believe it took Explorer 1 to orbit. I might be completely wrong. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. I'm not going to use this as overkill. And if you notice something very strange just then, 11,399 now. And yet it wasn't. It was 11,430 something meters per second. So there's something a bit weird going on with, you know, engineer redux, which I've noticed before. So you can only it's only an estimate. It's a guesstimate, if you like. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this into the structure tab, substructural tab, with its avionics packages. Now I'm going to put launches together, bring it all back in once I've finished, because it's a Juno. I'm going to try and do one that looks like a Juno, basically a vertical stack. I'm going to try just a single vertical stack. I'm going to try not to use laterally attached boosters, because that's what caused a problem before. The previous mission to the one I've just flown. Okay, so a few seconds, so I'll put this together. I'll bring it all back in. Okay, so here we are. It's based on a Redstone missile. It's actually based on the Juno. It's slightly different at the top compared to the sort of pre-made section, which I'll show you. So it's slightly... No, I didn't want the RCS. Thank you very much. Slightly shorter. But it's keeping with the same sort of idea. Similar sort of look. Just straightened it off a little bit. Just not quite as fancy. This is filled with fuel just to augment this. This by itself is about 5 seconds short of the 2 minutes and 45-second burn time for this. I'm pretty sure it's okay to sort of push it 5 seconds. Gives an extra couple hundred meters per second on delta V, so we get 10,903 meters per second, almost 11 kilometers a second. But with these SRBs at the top, we should have, I'll be able to sort of time it and to actually continue. But like the opposite thing to the Semi-Orca is the fact that you've got your sustainer stage which carries on burning. With a vertical stack like this, you don't have that problem. You can actually burn out the apogee itself, which is far more effective. And because these are SRBs, these are instant power. There's no build up. They don't take anything like as long to empty themselves of fuel. So in 6 seconds you get the full delta V. So 1.36 lift thrust to weight ratio. And that is massive. 40, 30 and 50. We have to count these in the vacuum. Otherwise you're not really sort of calculating it correctly. So these will be found in the vacuum. So this stage takes it up to 140 kilometers and above. This will make up let's say the lion's share of it actually. It's only take about be half. It's generated about half the delta V. Yeah, 2, 3, 4 little bits, about 5. So we get 5 kilometers from the SRBs themselves, 5 kilometers a second. So liquid stage is 2 minutes and 50 seconds. The other stage is 6.4 seconds. I'm not going to mess on with those timings. So that's that. Avionics package is there. It's a tiny little package actually. So it's 10 days, 17 hours, 11 minutes and 43 seconds. And it's just coming in just 33.783 tons. So that's significantly less weight of the Semi-Orca. Or at least my sort of version of the Semi-Orca. But it's only 8 kilos. There's no way this could take half a ton. 500 kilos or more to orbit. There's no way. It would lose a lot of delta V. Alright, so I didn't save that. Let's check the staging. So that's the umbilical tower. First stage ignition. Clamps decouple. Well, this should be on the same. So it's always best if you double check. So they should go at the same time. Then, yep, the nose cone decouples. First stage of the SRBs, or the second stage overall. That's 11, yep, Baby Sergeant 11 cluster. Then the decoupler. Then the 3 cluster. Then decouple. Then the final single SRB. Alright, so that should find its way to orbit. Not comfortably, not fantastically, but it should, because I can burn these, as I said, I can ignite this anywhere, as long as this is stable and it's facing the horizon. It shouldn't be too far by the time it reaches the apogee. Obviously it'll be slightly out, but not too far. Okay, so it's 10 days, 17 hours, 11 minutes and 43 seconds. So I'm going to build that. Head out, build it, roll it out, then head to the launch pad. Alright, so I've got 16 hours. well, 16.5 hours before the launch pad's ready anyway. I'm just going to check on... That's come down a bit more. No, that's not OX1 probe. Not the OX2. There's the OX2. I'm going to remove that just a second. So OX1 is 77.7 days now. And it's losing 1.2 kilometers a day. That's the booster stage. The actual ESAT-1 has already fallen back to Earth. So that's 1,000 years. And that's 1,000 years as well. Crikey, because it's so eccentric. So it's accelerating towards... No, it's accelerating. You can see that. So the decay is actually accelerating. So this could be completely and utterly out. And that's debris. Just click that. Just remove that. There we go. So it's OX2. I have no idea whether that's the actual... I didn't actually rename it, did I? Maybe I should have renamed it. That's the section that's got the probe, the actual probe core attached to it, but the OX2 doesn't say anything about the OX2 probe. It just says OX2. But the OX2 has got a advanced package because it's basically the booster that's still up there in orbit. So I don't get what's going on there. And that's just the debris from OX2. I don't know what debris it's talking about though. Oh, the nose. Of course, the nose cone. Yeah, of course. I detached it, didn't I? Made it detachable. Yeah, like you saw, I mean, if you bring it back, you get more signs, a lot more. I just hope that hasn't ruined the return value. If you do it the same experiment again, I hope I can get that back. If I get it back, do I get more signs? I don't know. Might do. Okay, let's go ahead. OX2 debris was burnt from the Earth's atmosphere. Whoa, 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 whoa. Still got 28 days, 21 hours. That's okay. Right, so rollout takes 6 hours and 12 minutes and 18 seconds. That's a little bit shorter than the last launcher. But then again, the launcher was like 300 tons. This is only like 10, so... Oh, it's going to be dawn launch again. Let's take a look. What did it actually take? Explorer 1. Oh, engine 70 o'clock, that's right. Yeah, that's fine. Just want to make sure. Okay, let's go to the launch pad. So it's the 26th of July 1953. It's 10:56, coming to 11 AM GMT. So I'll go to the launch pad. Okay. It says he's on. We do have roll control. We do have it because this has fins at the bottom which vector the thrust. But I don't want to try it. So I'm just going to leave this at 85. I'm not going to activate that. You have to actually tap return in there, or click execute here. Which I'm not going to, I'm just going to enter that just so it's there. So, full throttle. Sort the camera out. So there's our two little... So it's one probe. No, it's two. Yeah, it doesn't say probe. That's because it's still attached to the first stage. Actual rocket core. Which wasn't designed to actually detach from, so that's why I did it like that. Plus that makes it lighter as well. Right. So thrust to weight is a little bit higher. Well, it's actually it's a lot higher from the pad anyway. But the actual delta V is a little bit shorter, we're about 600 meters per second short from the semi-orca, with a much lighter payload this has got as well. I need to check. I'm pretty sure that this deploys itself when it's not supposed to. Doesn't seem to have done that this time. Let's activate. So you have to make sure you do that before this detaches from the rocket core itself. Record impact data. No, I didn't think it would. Radiation data. No. You have to be careful doing that. Sometimes they're not resettable. So you could completely ruin your mission from the pad. I didn't set up range safety either, which is a probably mistake. Oh, never mind. Right. Okay, so SS is on. And now let's take over the autopilot console takeover. Alright, here we go. So, 3, 2, no. Vertical tower first. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Got some plumage. That's better. Just be configure the semi-orca's engines. Because when you upgrade to the next version, it might sort of fix the plume. Alright. Tip over nice and easy. 1 kilometre. Do not move. We've got fins, but in the upper atmosphere, where we are right now, 106 kilometres. So I'm going to decouple, got about 1 minute 56 seconds. So to hit 140, I'm going to decouple. So I don't want anything, I don't want lateral forces again, I don't want atmosphere to intervene with this. So I'm going to decouple. Right, I wish that would stay on. That'll be a good feature. Just because you leave the map, it doesn't mean that it wipes off your information. So about 1 minute 20 seconds. So I'm going to decouple in 1 kilometre. 3, 2, 1. And do not wobble. Please don't wobble. Excellent. Whoa. Activate. I forgot about that. Let's go to a ceiling range on passive. That was close. You have to be very careful of not. No reason to click on. Of not sort of decoupling when you've not activated the probe core. Luckily it was on passive, so that's fine. 30 seconds. It will push the apogee way. And the more shallow the trajectory, the less delta V you lose. So I'm going to go in about 5 seconds. No, I'm not. I'm going to go in 10 seconds. I'll watch this clock up here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Decouple. Ignite. Decouple. 3, 2, 1. Come on, make orbit. There we go. There we go. Whew, that was close. Oh no, it wasn't. 9,239.4 meters per second. That wasn't close. 158 is perfect though, almost perfect. 158 kilometers by, oh my god, 8,809.3. I think that qualifies as being in orbit. Rather eccentric though. Got right the high eccentricity there. Let's switch this around. Yeah, I think that's upon with what the reflection crash did. I haven't actually restarted. I should have restarted. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, looks a bit bad that, doesn't it? I perhaps should have restarted. I'll do that from now on. I won't do any more reflective textures anyway. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, it's fixed itself all by itself. Look at that. Well, there we go. I don't know what anything I'm into. Oh, there we go. Sounding rock 170 kilometers just passed. Oh, uncrewed speed record of 9,000 meters per second. Okay, but where's my contract? Oh, transmit signs from data. Oh. Well, it's being rather picky now. Actually wants me to send stuff back. Oh my god. So recording impact data, that gives us 4.5. I'm going to upload that. It's going slightly off prograde. That's probably just the nose. Yeah. That's because these SRBs aren't as highly manufactured. The quality of manufacturing isn't high enough to keep this the rocket plume itself, the actual exhaust, contained within a particular small area. So it tends to sort of push basically the rocket exhaust isn't as exact as it should be. So it can knock you slightly off prograde. Just like your vectoring slightly off. But it's not fantastically important. Nothing there. Nothing there. Alright. That's one part that didn't make it back. Because I didn't actually fit any shields to anything. So that's the first stage. So it's optional Explorer 1. Mission success. Explorer 1 was launched on January 31st, 1958 at 22:48. I'll start again. Eastern Time. Atop the first Juno booster from LC-26 at the Cape Canaveral Missile Annex, Florida. It was the first spacecraft to detect the Van Allen radiation belt. It's actually belt because there's more than one, there's two of them. Returning data until its batteries were exhausted after nearly 4 months. It remained in orbit until 1970 and has been followed by more than 90 scientific spacecraft in the Explorer series. So I've got completion reward 509,680, which is what we said, what I read, and mission control. So 6 signs and 10 reputation. Not fantastic what a reputation. But the science helps. We've now got 24.4 plus that we've collected some more as well. So we had to actually transmit science with value. Alright. Did I analyse telemetry? I think I probably did. But that's not as far. I mean, 8,800 kilometres isn't as far as the sounding rocket got. That was 13,000 something kilometres. So doing well over 9 kilometres a second now. And some more bits. No, I said solid, yeah. That's baby sergeant clusters. Right, so that gives us 3 million. Oh, crikey, got 3 million. Got 3 million. Good grief. 24.4 signs. How long is this going to take to, I wonder? That's for debris, not for this. But it's only, it goes up to 1,000 years and that's it. It goes greater than. So what's the right facing arrow, right pointing arrow. If it's pointing either way, it'd be less than. So that's greater than 1,000 years. So it's up here practically permanently unless it collides with something, which isn't impossible. So I'm going to rename this. I should have renamed Sputnik 2 as well, but never mind. My god, it's raining. It's raining bits of rock here on the planet. Right, let's rename this. No. So I'm going to call this one. Wait, it's an E again, isn't it? It's Explorer. You have elementary satellites 1 and 2 and 3. That's what the Soviets was called, historically in our universe. So it's also E because it's Explorer. So I'm going to call this ESAT 3. Because the other one should be ESAT 2, which we'll mess around with. If we're going to the tracking station again, I'll rename it Sputnik. But the thing is, it's come back to Earth anyway. It's burnt up, so there's no point in me even saying that, was there? No. So they come back to Earth. The booster hasn't, though. That's still up here. For some reason. Okay, that's done. So that's the uncrewed speed record as well. 9 kilometers a second. Nice. Alright. Now it's drifting well off now. So much electric charge drain. Nothing. So it must be passive. So that electric charge will not go down. Strange, because normally if you transmit science, that should use up electric charge. It's almost like it's going to hibernation, but it still would use a trickle of electric charge. Never mind. Okay, well that's Explorer 1 done. Let's head back to the Space Centre.